Well, this isn't good. Hey up YouTube, welcome to another video. This video is going to be a bit of a compilation really of jobs I'm doing up to getting the engine in, and then hopefully getting the engine in, getting it running. First job's going to be making a new intake for the car. Part of the engine damage previously was because of impact damage on the pistons. I'll stick a little video in now to show you how dirty the inlet pipe was. The HKS filter is apparently a garbage, I didn't know that. Live and learn. How good is an epoxy filter? Here we go. But I want to be able to have a bigger filter without it being outside the car, and I don't want it in the engine bay either. So this is going to be the plan. So previously my air filter came out of that hole there, so the turbo is around here, and there was a bend coming down and back up. I don't want the engine bay, I don't want the air filter over here because it'll get hot air, and I've had that before, and you can really tell the performance difference. So my plan is going to be to go through there where you can see a little marked circle. So I'm going to have a pipe that comes out of the turbo, goes straight along underneath the turbo, the manifold, down pipe, and into the passenger footwell of the car. Should keep the air as cool as I can get really. It should be ambient at the very most, and it'll also be clean, and it should sound pretty nice too, because obviously it's going to be inside the car. So this morning's job is going to be to drill a hole for that, put the turbo and manifold on and get it all mocked up. This isn't the new engine, this is the tidy cylinder head etc, but this is the old engine, so I've just put this in just to mock things up really. So let's get started, get on with the job. Well, that took longer than I thought, but it's done. Holes in, painted up, I'll clean it up properly when the job's all finished. So what has been going on recently? Well, I found a leaky input seal on the gearbox, so I've had to drain all the gearbox fluid. So I'm now waiting on the gasket that goes around there and then the input seal. And you'll notice that there's no fuel set up, so all the pipes are gone, pump and things have gone. I've bought a new Bosch 044 pump because the other one was a Bosch 044 copy, so I'm replacing that. So the job this morning is to get all the fuel system back in, and then we're just waiting on the engine once I've done that, and everything is still sat waiting patiently over there. This was the original cable for the fuel lines, about 3 amp. This is the new one, 27 amp. So I'm going to upgrade all the cabling whilst I'm there. Engine's out, I thought I'd have a look at the release bearing, if you have a listen. Not brilliant. This is a new one. Nice and smooth. So we'll get that changed over now as well. Right, all the little jobs are done. We've got new fuel lines, new clips there, routed a bit nicer than they were before. I've still got to add the return from the rail. Still got to add the fuel reg in, but I can't do that yet until I get the new fuel reg. We've got the new increased wire size with a switching relay, so we've got the same voltage there as from the battery. And we've got a new release bearing and seal in there. This is time. The engine is back, looking all shiny and fetching in this lovely red colour. See, cleaned up pistons, reboard, decked head. I've just started putting these fittings in, so you got water to the turbo, oil to the turbo, that's for your oil breather, and then obviously the water hose. So I'm going to get the head studs in now, get the manifold on the head, and then mount the head onto the engine. Slowly, slowly. Still waiting for an oil pump, so I can't do that end yet, but can get everything else done. So let's crack on. Freshly refurbished cylinder head from AL Developments. So all cleaned up, skimmed again. Going to put the manifold and the turbo on now just because it's easier, and then I'm going to put the head on the engine. Cylinder head now fitted, all torqued up, and then going to leave it there and wait for my oil pump. Engine is all built, everything on, cam belt, etc. Unfortunately, I need to take it to Clark Customs to have a new oil drain made, so I'm going to put that in the car head over there, we'll get that sorted, and then it can go in. It's been a while, been waiting for flywheel bolts and bearings and all that sort of crap, so it's all back together now. Just got to put the clutch on and the pressure plate, got to put the crank pulley on the other side and the alternator. I've had a new oil return made, which you can just see there, by Clark Customs. And then it's going back in this morning. It is time, it's finally time. Engine is all built up, everything's done. Obviously there's no inlet on, I'll do that when it's in the car. As you can see, everything's coming together. I'll be honest, I've not had the GoPro running when I've been rebuilding it, so I just wanted to crack on, but we're nearly there. Dun dun dun! All done. Sort of. The only bits that are missing, I've got a broken oil pressure sender, so I need that before I can start it up and put oil in, etc. Need to put some coolant in. I need to put the prop shaft back on because I was obviously messing about with the carbon one, and then we're done. Today's the day, start up time. I've been round, I think I've checked everything. I had a leak from the fitting down there on the fuel line. Set up the fuel pressure. Just going to turn it over now, let some oil pressure come in, and I'm going to try and start it. Fingers crossed. Well, this isn't good. Blech. What are you doing, you little shit? Eh? Right, it starts, but for some reason my fuel pump keeps turning off. So I've not a clue what's going on there. So back to the drawing board, but at least it started, eh? As you might have seen from the last few clips on the video, the car had trouble starting. There were some electrical gremlins somewhere. I were only getting 7 volts on cranking. So today I bypassed the battery switch and the car started straight away. Fucking hell, look at that! So my battery switch is obviously knackered, which potentially could have been the cause of a lot of gremlins that I've had over the last few years. So I'm going to get that changed out now for a new one, and then get it all back together and we're good to go. Well, it's working. I've been down the road. I'll put a little clip in here, it's not brilliant. The air filter in the passenger footwell is very loud, so I don't know if it'll keep there. So seems alright, I'll leave it overnight, see if there's any leaks. We'll get it taxed tomorrow and then we can get some miles on it.
I'll just do a video
show you how loud it is with the air filter right in the cabin. So this is second gear, won't go above 3,000, no more than half throttle at most. Ready? I hope you've enjoyed this video of me getting my car back on the road. It's not been without its trials and tribulations. Time to get some miles on it, we'll get it running. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing to the channel and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!